the last thing I wanted to talk about for today, for now, LA Knight, according to Dave Meltzer, is being propped up to face Roman Reigns, who has no opponent in sight. Now, AJ Styles has been feuding a little bit with the Bloodline and stuff, right? With Jimmy specifically. We don't know if that's going to turn into a Roman match eventually, but Roman and AJ always have really great matches. So I wouldn't be against it. I would love it, actually. But LA Knight, as big as he is, and as much as the fans absolutely love him right now, I think him facing Roman for the title, just for Roman to whoop his ass, embarrass him, bury him, what have you, is not the right move. I know a lot of superstars have gotten the Roman rub, like Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, even Finn Balor a little bit. But look at what happened to Drew McIntyre and other superstars that just didn't capitalize on it. I feel like LA Knight is in this little bubble right now. And not that he isn't ready to beat Roman, because let's face it, anyone could beat anyone. It's a story. But the problem here is not just being any story. It's about building up the idea that LA Knight is indeed a future champion. Right now, it's a prospect, right? It's kind of an idea, but it doesn't seem a reality because he hasn't really won any other title. He hasn't really had any major feud on the main roster outside of The Miz. So how do you go from The Miz to facing Roman Reigns? Well, Logan Paul did it, but the difference is that Logan Paul's a celebrity. LA Knight is a week-to-week character on WWE programming. So I think that WWE is a lot smarter than that. And if they do it, it will literally just be a hype beast match. And to make Roman, once again, the top heel in the company. I think it would be just to help Roman reclaim the heel card. But having LA Knight face Roman, again, just for Roman to look more mean and to walk all over him, let's face it, I don't think that's fun for anyone involved. Now, LA Knight would probably beg to differ. LA Knight would probably love to be in the main event right now and would probably want to have a chance at and chop at the title, right? But yeah, Knight can take the L and be fine if booked right. Yes, of course, just like Kevin Owens. How many times did they face? But I don't see LA Knight and Roman Reigns facing each other for a long time. I feel like if LA Knight was to face Roman, I would like for that to drag out a little bit, have multiple matches, if you will. Not a one-and-done scenario. You understand what I'm saying here? If it's a one-and-done scenario for a hype-up event, then I feel like it's not going to hurt LA Knight's stock, but it's definitely going to sting to know that he had a title shot so early on and fumbled, if you will, from a story standpoint. I just don't see the story really being all that deep, besides the fact that he has all this fandom behind him and Roman wants to put everyone to, put that bed to rest or whatnot. So I still think the plan should be Cody Rhodes and Cody Rhodes only to take the belt. I would love that. But, we gotta look at the landscape right now, and it's looking like AJ Styles are pretty much nothing, with Dave Meltzer now bringing up LA Knight. But I'd bet against that. I wouldn't have LA Knight do it. I'd have LA Knight go for the U.S. title. That would be big for him, right? And it would put the U.S. title back on the map because, let's face it, Austin Theory pretty much buried the title. He got transferred from Raw to SmackDown and hasn't done shit with the U.S. title. And then I feel like every chance they put the U.S. title on Raw, it was glorified and returned to its prestige, kind of like the Intercontinental Championship recently, right? On Monday Night Raw. But on SmackDown, since the show is shorter, they don't really focus on it too much. Rey Mysterio has the belt, and it's kind of like, okay, Rey Mysterio got it again, cool. But I would like to see what the community has to say. I would like to see LA Knight win a mid-card title. before ultimately going for the main belt. And hey, who's to say that I wouldn't mind seeing LA Knight versus Cody Rhodes later. If Cody Rhodes has the belt, I wouldn't mind seeing LA Knight versus Seth, or I wouldn't mind even seeing him against Roman, honestly. I just want it to feel like it's meaningful, because as of right now, he's been having a lot of like filler stuff outside of the Miz. So yeah, that's my opinion. All right, take it with a grain of salt, but I do want to see what you guys have to say in the comments. Let's go.